Wrestling Gab. I'm Travis. Talitha's out there making some salsa. And I'm in here watching some wrestling. Well, it's just getting started. Right. Yeah. Terrence Burke, or better known as Sabu, has passed away. Little tribute to Sabu. I know a lot of you guys were fans of Sabu. But sadly, he has left us to fend for ourselves. Old Sabu. Can't tell exactly where they're at, but they are showing some stuff. So I'm just getting the audio going here. There's the phenomenal AJ. He's going one-on-one with Finn Balor tonight. There's the Riff Raff. Looks like she's teaming up with Rhea Ripley tonight and going up against some NXT gals.
Who's teaming up with Ripple Pants?
The champion.
Who?
Her name's EO Sky.
It's because she doesn't have her friend anymore, Dakota Kai.
They've been cut.
Her friend's gone. She got the whole axe chopping.
They're like, you don't belong here anymore.
You don't even go here.
People are upset about it, I'm sure.
People are upset.
Let's get Seth Rollins a championship or 3. Make him a belt collector. And still has never beaten Seth Rollins in a one-on-one match.
Oh, why are you in here? Why would you even get in there? You've been in there the whole time?
Yeah. The whole time.
You shouldn't be bothered.
A lot of people think that Sami Zayn is trash, and I agree with them.
Who thinks that?
Oh, that's the rumor.
There's rumors about trash.
Mm-hmm. Oh. And it's Sami Zayn and Jey Uso.
What? That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what
They're going to be a tag team
sorry.
called Men at Work, because it's literally about trash men.
It's hilarious.
Just saying.
You getting it all charged up?
Well, I was going to use it, and I forgot that I have to take the old thing out, and I don't know which one it is.
Thought you already had it out. Oh. Look, I pureed the salsa.
Looks better.
Do you think it looks better?
Mm-hmm. Smells better. It's all air-freshed.
Refreshed. Oh, my thingy's in here. No.
You're sitting on them. They're right here. By my hand.
Oh.
I had them on your arm, and I moved them so you wouldn't sit on them. They're on, and they're at 50%.
Nice.
About 50%, I said.
Want some corn?
Oh. No, thanks, not right now. I just want water. I need to go get some. But I can wait a few minutes. Nobody's in the chat anyways.
Yeah, Walter's in there.
Hey,
Hey,
Walt.
Walter! I guess Sabu died. Well, they're saying it, so. Anyways, Walter said hi. Travis, hi. Daphne, Raw tonight. Of course you want to be here. Good matches. Okay, at 9 I'm going. I'll be here Wednesday, 8 p.m. for AEW Dynamite after Bingo. Rip Sabu and ECW. And Sophie says Rip Sabu, he just had his last match a month ago. It's good that he had his last match then.
Yeah. Who had his last match?
Sabu.
Oh, he had his last match. And died.
And then died.
It's pretty cool. I mean, not to die, but to have your last match and then die.
Yep, gross.
Gross?
Gross.
Too liquidy.
Maybe.
Too watery.
Something. Too something.
Some salt in it.
Too yuck. We'll see corn instead. People is like, let's discuss Sabu.
I can't. I don't know enough about him. He was on ECW and I never really watched it. But, I mean, we could talk about him. As long as you do all the talking.
Right?
I honestly know little about him, other than he used a kendo stick all the time, and he dressed like a Middle Eastern, like, ninja, you know, like Prince of Persia.
A Persian?
CM Punk wants to start the first half hour out. Is yourself.
Pico is excited.
Ah!
He loves
Called
CM Punk.
it! How long ago was it?
Dude, stop freaking out, Kat. You're the one that wanted to be there. Ooh. Who stabbed him? Paul Heyman?
Yeah.
Hmm. Because that homicidal, genocidal, Arabian madman from Detroit.
From Detroit.
Him and RVD had won tag team titles, and he was in a championship feud with Tazzy Poo.
Yeah, a lot of sounds. It's dripping with ECW. All three of those names. I liked Rob Van Dam when he got to the main Raw, or whatever, when he got to WWE, though. He was one of my favorites to watch.
Hmm.
Plus, I was a huge Van Dam fan at the time, and so to have the same name, it's like, is he related to him? Such Jean-Claude Van Dam's brother. It is. Oh my god. We didn't have the internet, so I couldn't cross-check things.
Right? Pico says Sabu had a cup of coffee in the E.
Oh, he's coming down.
And I remember him feuding with Rey Mysterio at a pay-per-view during the Super Cena era. Super Cena. Don't use your claws.
Yeah. Last words. Here he comes! Seth and his gang. Do they have a name for him yet? Is it Retribution?
Revenge.
Retaliation. Reckoning.
Renaissance.
The Renaissance. He's got women's boots on. His coat's pretty cool. Whatever happened to Kaiser? We haven't seen Kaiser for a while, have we?
Mm-mm.
No Kaiser drip.
Not since before the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Well, the pay-per-view was Saturday. You mean WrestleMania? Or literally Saturday.
Oh my god. I'm trying to remember when he was on. Piccolo says, oh, early ECW. He had this hardcore match with Terry Funk, and the ring didn't have ropes. It was razor wire.
Ah, it's awesome. John Moxley tried to do a match like that once. It was called an exploding barbed wire death match. Greatest match ever in AEW history.
Oh.
If it wasn't for, what's his name? I can't think of his name. He would have been dead. Moxley would have died from the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
But, what's his name? Saved him. What the fuck is that dipshit's name? You know what I'm talking about? Big fat guy.
Mm-hmm. The guy from New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
He's really from New Jersey.
There's your word. Your gaslighting word. It's now a thing. You've made it come true.
It's just a form of manipulation.
You know what it is.
The media does it to your mom all the time.
Yeah? Yeah?
Now it's scum and trash. Ooh,
Shit.
human excrement? Ooh. He's like, I don't even have to swear. I'll just call you what it
Look
really
at
is.
Paul Heyman looking at him.
He's like, I love you.
No, he was saying, like, I can't believe you just said that he's shit. On your throne of lies. You're not Santa Claus.
You're the run of lies. Fuck. You should have said it. Missed opportunity.
Right.
You stand in that ring with your microphone of lies. Pickle is laughing his face off about stuff from earlier. He likes to be a victim. It's fine. Not a martyr. Piccolo says Sabu is really wiry. He could hang with luchadors, and he was the first guy seen jump off of chairs out into the outside. Kind of how Chicken does it.
Yeah.
Chris says, hey guys. Hey Chris. How's it going, bud? How was your weekend?
Hope he prepared his last words. God damn it. What if he didn't?
That's hilarious. That was the most awkward gay thing I've ever seen on here. Oh, wait.
You be nice. You sent their little doggy and you bite. was going to come down. It's going to be, what's his name? Sammy.
Oh, goody. Chris says, just cleaned one of my wrestling boxes and thrown away some old wrestling figures that I don't want anymore. Especially if the wrestler looks different now. Why would you do that, though?
You don't know.
You save them because then they're retro.
Yeah.
Those are the retro ones. You don't throw those away. You don't get rid of them.
They're not going to assassinate him with Sami Zayn coming out. No, it's Uso. Don't start calling him main event. Jesus Christ. He's been a champion for how long? He's never main evented still.
Ew, he's out there. What a loser. Like, champions don't do this kind of shit.
Oh, they're going to need a third member. They only got 2. They're outnumbered as bad guys.
Ooh. Chris says I may be OCD, but I just can't stand having outdated stuff like when it comes to wrestling. Although some vintage stuff are valuable, but I really don't think a figure of the Quitter is worth shit. Blah. Excuse me. I mean, it depends. Like,
it will be.
If she dies in the ring, she'll be worth everything.
Personality. Does he have cow pants on?
You missed it. Yeah. He dressed like a cow. He literally was a cow. It was horrible. It's like, God, dude, who fucking dressed you? I don't think Finn's happy.
No.
He almost cost him the thing. And then the only reason why he retained is because of that Americano guy.
Yeah.
Came out and hit Penta in the face.
Yeah, but that's one of the best luchadors that have ever existed. Grande Americano. Nobody knows how much that is. I'm not going to do math.
Did they put it in kilos?
Yeah, 87 kilos.
Fucking good God. How retarded. They're like, let's change the wheel. Chris says, yeah, I keep some of the retro ones. Like when Io Sky was in NXT or old school Rhea Ripley, I kept those. But the Quitter with the blue hair, no thanks. But I am glad because I found AEW figure of Penta and Rey Fenix as well as Young Bucks, the first edition and CM Punk AEW figure. But I do make sure to keep my Gunther figure, aka when he was Fat Walter, because I know that will be worth something. Nice.
Yes. It's on. You okay? You okay? How's your corn?
It tastes like corn.
Butter?
Want some?
No, it's fine.
You can have it.
No, I need water. I can't eat. When I'm this thirsty, I can't eat.
Then go get water right now. Hurry.
Don't tell me what to do.
Hurry and go do it.
I don't want to.
Fine. Don't. Why don't you just sit there and be a victim? Why don't you be CM Punk?
Dear Lord.
You playing CM Punk tonight? I'm a victim. I can't get one. I have to play on my phone instead.
Dude, nobody's playing.
You're fucking playing on your phone. What you're doing is playing on your phone.
Okay, if that's what playing is, then I'm playing.
Go get some water.
I'm going to.
Do it now.
Stop.
Go. Put your phone away.
Seriously, stop means don't.
Go get water.
I'm going to.
No, you're not. You're lying. You're just gonna sit there and complain.
Nobody's complaining.
You
Stop.
you just did.
Stop.
You complained.
Full commercial, by the way. Stop.
Yeah, because Travis is a complainer. Chris says, I also was forced to open some of my figures because they were outside rotting. Oh no, that sucks. Pico says, Fat Walter isn't that Fat Amy's younger brother? Yes. Pico says, my one friend in North Alabama has about 100 loose and packaged figurines. Are they all wrestling figurines or are they figurines of different stuff?
He just sat there wrestling figurines.
No, he didn't. Not one word about wrestling.
Opened figurines.
Pico says, my one friend in North Alabama has about 100 loose and packaged figurines.
Yeah, but we're talking about wrestling.
Doesn't matter. He's still talking just figurines. He didn't specify that they were wrestling figurines. He said figurines.
Second argument in less than 3
Chris says that he is talking about wrestling figurines, but that doesn't mean Pico's friend has them. See, a variety. So fuck off, man. Don't assume shit. Don't be assuming crap.
A variety of wrestling figurines.
A variety of figurines, meaning that they could be anything. Could be wrestling, could be superheroes.
What about He-Man?
G.I. Joe, He-Man,
Barbie?
Barbie.
Ken?
Sure, Ken.
Bridget? Or whatever her name was. Skipper?
Skipper. Terminator, Friday the 13th, Halloween. He's a horror fan too, so there you go. Anyways, Chris says I also did find 2 figures of limited Keith Lee. I'll notice I said limited, not limitless. Pickle had said a few of those are Bindi JL figures from the 80s. Nice, Bindi. Chris says, oh shit, Chad Gable is back. Hassan Trails in the chat as well. Hey, Hassan, good to see you. Says, hi there, guys. How was your Mother's Day last night? It was alright. How about yours? Didn't do really much. Cooked a whole bunch of food so I could have lunches and shit for the week. Hassan also says, and how was your Backlash St. Louis last Saturday night? It was fine. We watched it. Yay. Beagle says, but he's a big wrestling fan too. Right. It sounds like you need to go back because it sounds like you forgot words, so you probably have a head concussion.
Uh-oh. Not a head concussion.
Yeah, head concussion. Piccolo says, but he's a big wrestling fan too. Chris says, I'm also glad I have my Shotzi figure. I will never give that up. Hassan Terrell's like, mine was good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that you had a great weekend. Somebody has to.
I'm sure to some it was the greatest weekend ever. It looks cute.
Hey, see what that says?
Sure. Look at Gable.
Here you go.
Lucha Grande or whatever, Americana,
Yeah.
is going to show up, interfere.
It's going to be crazy. Yeah, proud. Chris says, Travis, would you get a Stephanie McClure figure when WWE put them out?
I mean, yeah, if I had one, I wouldn't throw it away. I thought about collecting them in the past.
There's so many of them. If they were like minis, like this or something, like a series of mini ones or something that were collectible minis of them, I might think about it. But otherwise, there's just so much. You know? They just take up too much room. Chris says also WWE 2K25 DLC tomorrow with Ghoulia stuff, machine guns, and Penta.
It's awesome.
Oh god. Aww. Chris says, I have all my Bliss figures though. Nice. What the sucking? And commercial break.
Lucha Libre suck, you said.
Poor Berkeley.
He's pretty damn good.
He lives there, he says.
Yeah, for a shakaroni.
Chris says, I have to clean some of them off. Kind of sticky. Ew. Gross. Okay, super fucked up. I'm just kidding, people. I don't think you are. Nope. Not kidding. I know you're not kidding. You're definitely not kidding.
To clean. What you need is a computer. And then you can plug it into it. And then you can create a woman from it. I've seen it on a documentary from the 80s.
What you need is a strike here ball.
You have to wear a bra on your head too. But it works.
Takes a lot of power, so be careful. Might take down your
Literally.
power grid.
Make sure it's nuclear. Pedigree Twizzlers?
Drizzlers.
It's got that Ric Flair drizz.
It's got that. It's got something. Alright, yuck. Oh, you put Daryl in there? That's funny.
What's Daryl?
What?
What is it?
D-A-R-Y-L?
Cool.
Daryl? It's like a boy computer or some shit.
From the 80s?
Yeah.
Cool.
I didn't put it in there. You must have.
Well, I know I did. I just didn't know what it was.
Oh.
I didn't know what it was called. I was just reading the description. It looked funny. 80s movie about a boy computer.
How close are we needing to expand our stuff by her now? Huh?
I don't know how you honestly would do it.
Pico says, is this a Bliss pocket pussy that's selling on WWE.com? Ew, what? Gross. Chris says, oh, I hate WWE stuff. That would be diabolical work. I hope they don't have that. It would be disrespectful to the women. Pico is like, yes, this is an 18 plus chat, mother truckers. It is. It is. We've never said otherwise. This is a very adult, non-family friendly account.
This isn't even like anything friendly account.
Oh, rude. I am friendly. I am pleasant. I am pleasant.
Motherfucker, I'm pleasant. I'm just saying.
God damn it. I saw a term in the Piggly Wiggly and I said hi to the son of a bitch.
Just saying, if anybody is sensitive a little bit,
get out. Get the fuck out now.
Instantly offended me.
Get out. Just get out. Get out. There's the door.
Are you a
There's
white
the door,
liberal
bitch.
woman?
There's the door.
You're not gonna work in here. Are you a conservative male? Probably not gonna work in here.
What?
Just saying.
Wow, Travis.
They don't like swearing.
Ooh.
Conservative women? No.
Wah. Wah. It's a sign of people who aren't intelligent, they say. I say it's really sad that you guys can't turn it on and off.
I can turn the stream on and off with a button.
I found your button.
Now your button.
By the way, we're back from that commercial break. This is some good shit on here.
I've heard that.
You know, I don't think I've ever...
Close.
I don't really look at stuff of people on here, their physique or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Chad was in the corner, and that Pinto was on his back. And so he was, like, bent over or whatever, right? And his onesie, like, the way his shorts are, like, he really, really works his glute muscles.
Penta or Gable? Yeah.
The only one you can see is ass most some of it.
I know what you're talking about.
On Gable, you can see the whole definition of his glute muscle that comes down into his...
Because he's shredded.
Because of his, what's that called back there? Your hamstring and your back here, thigh. You can see the definition of it. Like, and it's shaped like this. Like a teardrop shape. Like, what the fuck? Like... Because I do not, like, pay attention to that stuff normally. It caught me off guard because they were, like, this close with the camera. Like, what's going on up in here? I was like, Jesus Christ. And he really works that muscle back there. Nicola says, oh, I was in a Twitch chat earlier and all my UK knowledge I've gathered over the years impressed the streamer. And I mentioned the brown sauce. Nice. If you had to sum up your UK knowledge you've gathered over the years, how long of an essay would it be? How many pages?
I don't like
Krista says, Penta wins. Penta did win. Robbie's now in the chat. Hey, Robbie says, what you gabbers saying? We're talking about brown sauce.
Yeah, and Chad Gable's
We're
butt.
talking about brown sauce, Chad Gable's butt, muscles, and Chris getting his play figurines all sticky icky. So yeah, weird stuff. Robbie says Penta kicking ass. Pickle's like, yay, Robbie! And then Robbie's like, hola, yo. Ugh. God, ew.
Oh, they let her talk so.
You talk stupid. Mm.
Weird they're putting those two together because she's terrible and the other one's pretty good and pretty. I think she's pretty. She sounds like Bridget Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
The future starts tonight. I mean, if they win, who do they pin? Yo?
I guess. Pico's like, oh, I don't know. I'd say about 6 or 7. Mostly food or British gangster movies, right? Robbie's like, she's alright at talking, D. No, she's not.
No.
She's really bad at it.
Rough.
No. No. No.
No. What are we knowing?
Live action Lilo and Stitch.
Really?
No. No.
Huh.
Nope. Ruined it.
Figured it would be decent.
Pico says this is double spaced, right? He will never be able to make it as funny as the cartoon.
Well, yeah, but you can still try.
Robbie says, did you see Chyna was crying at the end of the pay-per-view?
I
No,
saw
I really don't
after
pay
the pay-per-view
anything.
that he was in the ring, but I didn't see crying.
Okay, I don't pay attention to anything he does, Robbie, because blah. Robbie's like, what makes her bad? Well,
She's terrible.
everything.
She can't wrestle.
I haven't seen good wrestling from her yet.
Her body is already bad, and she's like 23 or something. That's going to be a problem by the time she's 28 to 30, somewhere in that range. Looking like Deanna Peraza, or Tony Storm.
When Tony puts on weight and doesn't look that good, that's where that girl's headed.
Well, I know, but she's younger than they were when they looked good at her age.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to come on fast.
Mm-hmm. And she can't talk. Like, I don't know who's trying to teach her to do promos, but they are not doing a very good job at it. She talks like this when she says stuff, but she doesn't articulate her words, so it sounds like she has cotton balls in her mouth.
Probably does have balls in her mouth.
Yeah. What's his face? Everybody gets upset when I start saying it.
Cross-eyed boy?
Booker T.
Oh, Booker T.
And she has a terrible profile. Not that everybody has great profiles. I know I don't. But she has, like, no facial features. Like, we saw a UFC guy that had the same problem. Like, they literally, like, turn to the side for a profile and they don't have anything that sticks out on their face. It just literally, it's just, the front of their face looks like the back of their head. You couldn't even do that face back app thing with
It would
them.
just be the same, but
You
hairless.
wouldn't even know who it was. It'd be terrible. Piccolo says she's about the same level as Carmella, probably a tier lower than Bayley.
Yeah, Carmella's a smoke show, though.
Are you trying to tell me that Roxy is in that area? Ew. Chris says then Cena put R-Truth through the table at the press conference. Well, he got something by his hero. I'm sure he's excited about it.
Do you want this Firestarter?
Is that the original one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That one's alright. Even if it has a Nepo baby in it. Robbie's like, prime wrestling age. Yeah, supposedly she's been at it for years and she still hasn't improved. So there's something not to say about that. Piccolo says, something. What something? Chris says, yeah, it's sad because Deonna can look good. As in NXT, she used to look like goddamn Melina when she was in NXT. Then she put on so much weight in TNA. Bronson's in the chat. Hey, Bronson says, how are you guys doing? Happy late Mother's Day. Well, thanks. We're doing pretty good. How are you doing? Piccolo says, she's half Asian. Most women have just cheekbones and no lips or nose. And that's, I mean, I get it. There's nothing she can do about her heritage and what, genetically she got put with. Like, none of us can. And I don't expect her to change her whole face for anything. But it's just kind of funny. I just find out, it always takes me by surprise when they do her, if they show her profile. Because when she's facing you, you don't think that that's what it would be, and then she gives you her profile and you're just like, oh my god, where'd her face go? Like, it just disappeared. She has none.
Do you want a sexy and inferior?
No. Ew, what the fuck?
Okay.
No.
Just making sure.
I don't want your Asian porn, you weirdo.
Just looked good as well.
I think it's already in there, but there is that one that I want. I made you watch it, but I don't think you liked it. I didn't know that that's what we were doing and not really watching wrestling.
Dude. Only you. Take something that I'm doing and make it about everything else. Old Gunther. Gunther was a wussy pants after that match. He was all nice to him.
Piccolo says, oh, my bad. I Googled and she's Latina. How dare you, Piccolo? How dare you?
Right. I knew she was Latina, but when you said half, I just assumed that she was Latina and Asian when you said that, because she definitely looks like she's got Asian, but so does Ayla, and Ayla doesn't.
It's true. She does. Oh no, not his foot. Well, since that's what we're doing.
You're not doing it. That's not what you're doing.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing it. Yeah, I am.
I already put 121 in there.
Well, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna look up for some.
You can.
I'm gonna try to think of a movie that I want to put in there.
Think of actors.
Yeah.
I made a list of 250 actors today.
Chris is like, Deonna is Italian. Shotzi is Filipina. Yeah.
Yeah, Shotzi looks good.
Yeah, when she changed her makeup, like, she was even looking better.
Yeah, she looks
Where
really
she
good
wasn't
right
doing
this
her
moment.
Crazy weird makeup.
Like
that
when
she
you
did
look
all
at
the
her
time.
pictures right now on like X or whatever, she looks really good.
People was like, it's spelled Filipina. Not Filipina.
Yeah.
It's with an F, not a PH. Maybe from the Philippines with a PH, but when you call them a Filipino or a Filipina, it's with an F, man. An F.
Filipina.
I'm just teasing.
Like Foxy. Cleopatra.
What's the name of that show?
Ooh, what's that have to do with?
It was one I made you watch. Made you watch it.
Did I get through it okay?
I don't think you really liked it.
Training me up at all?
No, I don't think you really liked it, but...
You make things up like that. I probably...
It was an Asian show, and it was kind of goofy and funny, and...
Oh, God.
Like, kind of superhero-y.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. I don't know what that's called. Yeah. Yeah.
Feels like, our silly people mix up the F's and P's, and hence my name. Yeah. No matter how many times I said fat laces, everybody thought I was saying Lisa. It's like, how the fuck do you say Lisa? Laces. Laces. So I just started calling you P-Cola because everybody made fun of it. So I was like, well, fine, fuck y'all then. I will say your names all incorrectly from now on.
Here comes the New Day. They're the new Hurt Business.
Do they think that they're in a gang or something?
Why?
I don't know. They just look like twats for some reason. They think they're
look
like, I am in a gang of twatness.
I've never seen a gang member wear their pants up above their butt. Up next, look at this, the Vikings. Going up against an American
farting cat. It's always nice.
That'll smell good. What was that show called? Kung Fu something, right? And Deja Vu or something? Or am I way off? You gave him an aircraft carrier? Yeah, it's Ethan! Mr. Ethan Hunt. Like Mike Hunt.
There it is. It's Kung Fu Hustle.
You know, it's Kung Fu something. Did that help you, or did you already know?
No.
Did it help you know?
Yeah, when he said it and then I saw it. But I had already put a description in, so. It's such a good movie. Take that, bitch. Alright. People was like, I'm not sure. People was like, Xavier had a run-in with Kenny Omega the other day at a gamer convention. No, not a gamer convention. Not those weirdos.
Not low blood sugar. Oh, is that bound? Did you ask your doctor about is that bound?
No, I don't even know what that is. What is it?
I don't know. It says ask your doctor about it.
Sounds gross.
Hey doc, tell me about Zep bound. music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band of gypsies, we rode down that highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep going our way, and our way. It's on the road again. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Saturday night main event. When is this? When's May? Are we in May?
Yeah. So it's next Saturday.
This one? Already?
This one coming up, yeah. No, the next one. Not this
Dear
one.
God,
The next
I'm like,
one.
fuck, dude. It's gonna be Christmas before I even know it.
What? Dude. Believe it or not, did it work out? Uh-huh. Right.
Some good shit. Hopefully. Who do you want to win this one? I was gonna say I want an American made to win this one, but I like the Vikings too.
The War Raiders. What?
What was I supposed to do? I got pulled in the ring physically. Michael, you got pulled in because you were at ringside. You weren't
Sure.
sitting in your chair minding your own business.
As you should have.
Actually,
been.
you know what? All of it's your fault. Even that Pat McAfee has an eye issue right now.
Mm-hmm.
All your fault. You should have kept your mouth shut, stayed in your lane, be an unbiased freaking journalist, but instead, you wanted to open your mouth. Your mouth wrote a check that your butt couldn't cash. Then your buddy had to do it. And guess what? Your buddy's butt couldn't cash it either.
What? That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Butt cashing and
Yeah.
shit. Good God.
Yeah. Yeah, their D1 wrestling ability. Look at him, just clubbering him. Poor Eric. Oh, double axe handle off the top. We can't talk sneakers with you. He's like one of those toey Crocs.
What the fuck?
They look like the Hulk feet.
Oh, Jesus. That's funny.
I can't even talk sneakers with you. He's like, that's not a sneaker. Mac, that's not.
That's not a sneaker. It's not a sneaker, guy. Not a
Uh-oh.
sneaker.
Into the ropes. Oh, ran right into a right hand. Uh-oh. Look at Randy Orton. That is power. Ooh. And then a kip up. If that's what they say, no, that's what one guy said in a movie one time.
What?
If he dies, he dies.
Is that it?
It's the best scene of that movie. Not that he died, but that Draco is that badass. Are you worried about his health? If he dies, he dies. He died.
Dead! All the death.
Yeah, dead.
Death.
Draco. With hymns.
Lies.
Oh god.
Ah, it's terrifying.
That's Draco.
Ew.
Oh, and it made. Oh, they have a blue one, red one. I'm sure that shit's disgusting.
What the fuck?
I feel like it's not really juice.
It's not, I'm sure. Why would it be real juice, sweetie?
Ugh. I don't know why people do things. That's what happens when it's under one. See?
Interesting.
Can't do it. Can't finish it. So it's basically Garmin.
So that one and the...
Yeah, there's a lot. You just go here, click on it, and just go down
Strange.
to where the ones stop. Right in this area, and then you just cut them all. Click, delete, move on.
But they'll try to do it again.
Mm-hmm. As long as you remove, like, there's a pop-up, you have to make sure you
The
click that.
one thing gets... Yeah, I think you said that last time.
Look at that. Oh, it's a lot of man. Poor Ivar. The big bone splash. Uh-oh. Somersault.
I can't believe I didn't have an American tail in there. We wees the dragon! We wees the dragon! There's a couple that I was like, oh, I can think of a few. I did it! Put like that many in there.
Damn. That many.
They're cartoon movies though. Like
I put a few in there that were cartoony. Oh!
my lord! That poor man's back.
Eric. Nope.
Not their confidence.
They lost at Mania. To us! Wah!
Losing a Mania. That's ridiculous! We're even still streaming. Nobody's been chatting for like 20 minutes.
We're probably offline.
Why?
I don't know.
It was because you were singing. They popped this for copyright. Because of your singing a song.
Maybe. Because I sounded just like the original artist.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. He's using his own buddy as a weapon. Brain damage. To his buttocks. Oh. What a great match is happening live on our television.
So great.
That ain't Christmas, bro. Why do you just want to fight anyway? Christmas, bro. Oh, shit. Oh, no. They caught him.
Kidding.
That's not going to do it, though. Not with a flying knee.
Oh.
All right. Climbing his way back up. Nope. What's the Woods doing? We obviously know who they want to fight.
Why do they want to fight those guys?
I know. That's weird to me.
Very strange. Very, very strange. Let me check. Just in case. Nobody's messaged in about 15 minutes.
What am I supposed to be doing?
What's the long mouse? I'm just checking that we're still streaming, I guess. Yep.
Says
Okay.
we are.
American Made is the wieners.
Yeah, it shows me leaning forward. And then I'll wave here in a second. Yep.
There it is.
That's how you know it's real.
Well, that's how you know. Ah, Pico was taking a shower. Well, thanks for telling me you were leaving. I almost told Travis to just cut the whole stream and I'd just leave.
Like a tree.
Nobody's sticking around. Nobody wants to talk. I get it. It's Monday night. People's like, which team are they again? The American Made guys?
Mm-hmm.
They're on Chad Gable's stuff.
They didn't. They don't.
I feel like you guys totally took his person and drowned him because you guys were like, he doesn't need to have a belt anymore. Let's put him with this guy. Losers! Nobody knows.
Nobody.
I don't think he even knows what he's capable of at this point.
Should he? No.
I don't know. Cat, you're stinky butthole. Stinky.
Did you just kiss him?
No, he whispered sweet nothings in his ear. Here, let me do it.
He's like smiling. He said whisper.
You're not supposed to tell everybody. It's a
I
secret.
said he said whisper.
Oh man,
So what you
dude.
said. Now you just told everybody. You promised you wouldn't tell.
Ugh, this dipshit. Great. More of this garbage crap. Somebody just kill me. Why isn't this shit
Oh my god,
over?
it's only 7.
I know. I don't even want to look. It's bad. It's so bad. It's been dragging.
I honestly thought it was probably 8.
Yeah, right? You would think. You would think that they would have that much excitement and that much entertainment that you'd be like, I don't even know what time it is. You look and you're like, oh my god! It's literally only that time and I'm still here. Because like, give me 30 seconds, I'll get the celebrity wiki game. Yeah. That's what we need.
Wiki.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Good lord.
I've heard that.
Good lord.
Kind of Lord.
Just the crap that they...
Is it me or is it like sweaty hot in here?
I'm
not moving. I'm
I
glistening.
don't know. Kinda, I guess.
Lily.
Robbie's like, big woman tag match tonight.
Hell
Oh yeah?
it is.
Like the big ones?
Mm-mm.
Like big women are doing it?
Yeah. Rhea Ripley.
Oh.
Io. Thing they've talked about all night. I gotta empty that cat box. I keep forgetting.
Why do your cat box needs to be emptied? It's because you're pooping and peeing in it so much?
No.
Oh.
It's because I emptied it and never emptied it.
Ew.
So I did a full empty, like where it turns the other way.
Uh-huh.
And then I didn't take it out, so it's like 100% full, basically. It's not quite 100. Oh. Ta-dum. 25. So what's that? What's ta-dum?
No
Is that a new
idea.
package? Can I get the ta-dum? Ta-dum.
Robbie's like, it's a big deal for them involved. Yeah, it's a big deal. That's cool.
Old John Cena on tonight at all? Probably not, since there's no pay-per-view coming.
It's bad enough you have to see this shit. Nice.
Sammy should go get some.
Yeah, go get it, Sam.
Do you think that'll be the 3rd member of Seth's group? Not like as a group, but like as for a match.
Maybe. Oh no. That's throwing things around.
Kicked it.
We got the farts. That way you keep moving your belly got all icky.
$16 million views for 12 hours.
That's a dork. It's like I'm dead. Alright, you ready for some celebrity stuff?
Yeah, anything but what's on TV.
Okay. Part 1. Date of birth, November 11th, 1962, in Roswell, New Mexico. Her biological father, Air Force Airman Charles Foster Harmon Sr., deserted her then 18-year-old mother, Virginia, after a 2-month marriage before her birth.
Okay. I know nothing.
Oh God, he stole somebody's child.
You would.
Jesus Christ.
It's kidnapping.
Kidnapping children. Robbie's like, it's Uso. Chris is like, I hope Logan beats Jay.
He won't, but me too. Don't get your hopes up. Especially on a Saturday night main event.
Right.
Roswell, New Mexico. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if he was part of the alien thing.
Might have been. It was 1962.
It's less than 20 years later. So,
Okay, ready for part 2?
yes.
She signed with the Elite Modeling Agency, then enrolled in acting classes after being inspired by her next-door neighbor, 17-year-old German starlet, Nastasha Kinski.
I'm trying to think. 62 puts her kind of older, like than the class that we're used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Because the class that we would know is like 68, kind of like Julia Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
But she was a model, which means she's attractive. And she's probably thin.
Chris says you have to believe, damn it. Do you believe?
Believe. Let's think. I don't know. I'm still not there.
Tyra Banks. Just kidding.
It's like 76 or
I don't know how old she is actually.
No, not her age. She's born in like 76. Tyra Banks.
I know, that's why I said I don't know how old she is.
Right. I just know it's not 1962. That's what I'm trying to say.
Brigitte Nelson.
Possibly. I mean, I don't know anything about her, and I know she's kind of a hooker, so.
Whatever, she's married and had a baby not so long ago.
Nuh-uh.
In her 50s.
Could definitely be her. You might be right. But, she does have major daddy issues.
Chris says, you have to believe, damn it.
Oh,
Do you believe? Robbie's like, do you as a believer once? Pickle says, part 3. She did many TV spots and magazine covers in the 80s. Her film career took off in 1984 following her appearance as the teen daughter of a businessman played by Michael Caine in the sex comedy Blame It on Rio.
Okay, so now she's skyrocketing to fame at 22 years old. As a daughter. But I've never seen that movie.
I can't stand to listen to this dumb shit. says history repeats itself in WWE. Like Jay is on
I'm still not there.
With the Yeet sunglasses as JTG of Crime Time as tag team from Ruthless Aggression era. He used to wear glasses like Jay, but it said yo yo yo. That's hilarious. What a bunch of weirdos. Chris was on the glasses that said yo 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 instead of yeet. I understood what you were saying. Ravi's like yeet,
yo-yos too.
Yeet hammer. Why are we hammering? Are you hammering the yeet heat? Oh no, not Gunther.
No, not again.
Oh no.
This doesn't even make any sense.
Well, it is his championship belt.
Well, he tapped out like a bitch. It'd be different if he didn't tap out. He has no credibility.
None of them do, Travis. One in the ring has none. Whoever has this belt will never have credibility. All right, part 4. Because of her association with that film, she was often listed as part of the Brat Pack, a label she felt was demeaning. She was in rom-coms, About Last Night, St. Elmo's Fire, and
Demi
One
Moore.
Crazy Summer.
Yeah, it's Demi Moore.
Not the Demi.
I felt it coming when you first started reading, but because she's definitely not in the Brat Pack. But that One Crazy Summer.
She felt that that's labeled as demeaning.
I don't know when she got her boobs done, but I want to shake the hand of her surgeon.
Well, I don't care what she finds demeaning. If she doesn't want to be a part of the Brat Pack, which she's not, and she never will be part of the Brat Pack, she could go fuck off, because that means she is not anything if she doesn't want to be part of the Brat Pack, because the Brat Pack people are very well known and will for always be known, and she doesn't want to be a part of that, then...
It's funny because I was just watching Strip Seat. Well, I wasn't watching it, but I was trying to get it to work the other day.
Did it finally?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That one finally started working. Nice. Robbie's like, Gunther wants a title shot. Pico's like, sorry, paraphrasing. It's fine. You don't have to do I get it. You're good. I don't blame you. It's a lot of words and stuff and trying to take out incriminating information. Chris says maybe they'll put back title on Gunther, but then make him look even more like a loser with Hermie comes back and beats him.
Oh,
That's very terrible, Chris. Why would you want him to be like that? Robbie's like, did she make any new films? She made a new film about some kind of weird... Yeah, it's called Substance.
It's called Substance or The Substance. But I think it's Substance.
Robbie says, do you liked some of her movies? I never said I didn't like her movies. I just know she's not part of the Brat Pack. And if she wants to complain about it, say it's demeaning, she's dumb. She
was the only one in St. Elmo's Fire that I didn't really like.
It was because she was a whoring, drugging, spendaholic. Like, that's what she was. Literally what she was in the whole movie. She was a whore who fucking snorted herself to death in that movie. And fucking wanted to kill herself. Loser. And she put herself in debt. She did! Like, fuck. Like, I could see why you wouldn't like her character. Like, her character's shit.
Well, I don't like Emilio's in that one much either. He's a weirdo.
Because he's a... Why is it?
Young love.
Because he's a goddamn fucking stalker fuck who's in love with some weird girl. Yeah. That he's like, oh, not that she's weird. I don't mind her. Andy McDowell, I think is who it is. I think is his love interest in the movie.
She's the girl from A Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, it's Andy McDowell, I think is her name. She's in Michael, too, where John Travolta's an angel. Did you put that one in there?
I can look it up.
That one, and then what's the other one? The one where he, like, gets really smart and he dies of brain cancer. Phenomenon, or, what the hell is that movie called?
I might have spelled Michael wrong.
I don't know, it just depends. Michael. How come yours has pictures? Mine doesn't have pictures.
It does too.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
doesn't
you have
show
to click on
pictures.
this and make sure it's on browser.
See? We don't have pictures.
Click on browser. There it is.
Well, that's all stupid. It doesn't fit on the page.
You're such a baby. Why does it matter pictures? Here's pictures. No, it's stupid.
Well, look, it's all like big and like
I
takes
have
up
it on mine right here.
It's all like, hello, let me take up every. I just added it because you're stupid.
I know, I spelled Michael wrong.
It's Michael. Although some people do spell it Yale, which is weird to me. It doesn't make any sense.
That's how I spelled it.
Yale, I know, but not very many people actually spell it. The actual spelling of it, pretty sure it's in the Bible too, is AEL.
And isn't Michelle? Isn't that E-L-L-E?
Michelle.
Is that E-L-L-E?
Yeah, E-L-L-E.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Michelle.
Oh, what was the other one we were just talking about? What's that one where he's a farmer?
Phenomenon.
No, is it?
Mm.
What is that name of that
I
show?
don't know. I just look up John Travolta and put all of his movies.
How do you do that? Like put their name in there?
No, I don't think it would work. You could try it. That'd be cool.
Wasn't this the one we did that with? No, that was that other thing, huh?
Mm-hmm. And that one works on the list.
Free Willy.
He's in that.
No.
Can't think of his name now. Oh, John. I keep wanting to put Michelle.
Michelle. Michelle.
I saw his wife's titties the other day.
We did. She was a whore.
She had a decent rack though, and it surprised me that she was in Father of the Bride, until I realized that wasn't her that was in Father of the Bride.
Yeah, that's not her.
That was Kimberly.
It was Kimberly.
Something Paisley.
He also says, well, let fate decide the next choice. Pick a number between 1 and 101.
Ah, easy. I don't have a clue. 21.
Chris says, rip Sabu. And Piccolo says,
Yeah.
I'll streamline this a bit easier too. Robbie says, just spell it as C-U-N-T, because they probably fit that description. Not a see you next Tuesday.
Pulp Fiction. I don't know if that's in there. It should be. But Saturday Night Fever. Face Off. Give me the Face Off machine and I'll go in undercover.
To the face-off machine.
That's on that spy. Sabu.
Ow.
Is that your hip popping?
No.
From Paris with Love. Look who's talking. Urban Cowboy. Staying Alive. Whatever the fuck that. Phenomenon.
Alive,
Or no, it's
Staying
called
Alive.
Phenomenon. No.
Phenomenon?
Phenomenon.
Phenomenon.
It runs out of letters here.
P-H-E.
E-N-O. Men on.
Yep, you got it in there.
Oh.
So that one's in there. Michael's in there. What was the other one?
Wild Hogs.
I think that one's in there. Definitely.
I feel like you shouldn't just assume.
Why can't I keep typing 500 things?
Of course you wouldn't. Grease.
Don't even.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Dude.
You really want
Saturday
me to check
Night
them?
Fever. I don't even think that's good. Is that the one that's bad? One of them. Is that the one where he lives in a camper? No, that's the cowboy one.
Saturday Night Fever is the one from the 70s, literally, and he's a disco.
Yeah, but does he get a divorce or something too? Or is that still, am I still thinking the Rhinestone Cowboy one?
That's the Rhinestone Cowboy.
That one's terrible.
The cowboy one?
Yeah, Rhinestone Cowboy. It's called Urban Cowboy.
Well, let's put in Drugstore Cowboy.
What's that? Wild Hogs.
It has, what's his face in it?
The Punisher. He's in the Punisher?
Yes, he's the bad guy.
Oh, that's awesome. My favorite part of the Punisher is when he's burning that guy with a popsicle.
That was pretty funny.
He's like, ah! He's cooking a piece of meat. Swordfish.
I swear.
That's when we get to see Halle Berry's boobs for the first time.
Yes.
Everybody, most anticipated scene in the world, and she's just sitting there with that sunscreen thing on, and then she like lays it down, and she's sitting there with her boobies. And now she's trying to show side vag. That one girl's like, it's a no. She has amazing boobs, but nobody wants to see your meat curtain.
Nobody wants to see meat curtains. It's nasty.
General's Daughter. I think we put that in there.
Yeah, I have that one in there. Wait.
The Poison Rose. It's got Morgan in it.
I don't know.
Becky Lynch.
I don't know. Did we do Swordfish? Bolt? The cartoon one? Yeah, that one's in there.
Get Shorty. That's hilarious.
I'm pretty sure you put that one in there because of that.
Broken Arrow. Be Cool.
I was trying to put one in here and I can't remember the name of it now.
Michael.
Stop. Stop saying things. My brain stopped working. Like, it's right there. What was it?
Yeah, you told me not to say anything because I was saying something.
Yeah, but you kept saying names of movies that it's not. Oh, I was trying to put in Drugstore Cowboy, but it's not coming up for some reason.
Because that's not.
It has Matt Dillon in it.
Dime Store Cowboy.
No, it's Drugstore Cowboy.
It's Dime Store Cowboy.
Stop!
There's a lot of guys.
Jesus Christ.
You psychopath.
You're the psychopath.
Stay over here.
You should, and put your fucking shit in and listen to it.
Uh-oh, somebody just dropped a pipe. He got yeeted.
Oh, I'm not eating.
Oh, yeet boy. He got yeeted.
I didn't realize it was from 1989. Huh.
Get a medic.
Has Matt Dillon in it.
Oh.
Drugstore Cowboy. Alright, what do we got going on?
Wrestling.
Robbie says, what a hideous name. Michelle. Chris says, rip the Iron Sheik. Piccolo says, Sheiky Baby, the OG Hakta. Robbie says, so anyone seen that game show Blank Slate? No.
No.
Robbie says, in the film, he's a chancer disco dancer rolling in that white suit looking younger. He's talking about John Travolta. Saturday Night Fever.
Ugh.
Chris says, let's go. Drip Kaiser promo.
Look at this guy. Look at his head. He looks like that, the guy off Pixels. Fire Blaster.
Just a little taller. That's funny. Nah. Chris was like, let's go Drip Kaiser promo. Riley's like, Matt Dillon, everyone's favorite actor. Chris says Balor versus Styles. This is going to be New Japan matchup. Riley's like, Yeet felt his own yeet. Oh, no, not the yeetin'. Not his yeetness. I'm pretty sure I had you put the one show in there. Hairspray. Where he's a cross-dresser.
There's 2 hairsprays in there.
Yeah. There's the old one that has Ricky Lake in it as the character, and then the new one that has...
Was he in that one, though?
No, he wasn't in the original one. He wasn't in the original one. He was in the remake of it as the mom. It's a cross-dresser. And her husband is Christopher Walken. That's funny. Pickle's like, I've never seen Matt Dillon in anything great. What the fuck ever, man? You have not seen The Outsiders, then.
So I didn't know The Outsiders existed, but it is a good movie.
I have to go to the bathroom, kitty pants.
Here he comes. Does he do that so he looks like he's a marionette?
Which part? Oh.
Just when he first comes out.
I have no idea.
Puts his elbows and his knees kind of up.
Maybe. Let's see. Maru, Cody, and the chat said, hey, y'all, been in a minute. I don't know if you remember me or not. You used to come in here time to time.
Nice. Well,
nice. Well,
glad that you're making a comeback.
Glad you came back. Hello. Hello again.
We got Finn Balor in the ring waiting for AJ Styles.
Chris says Balor versus Styles. This is going to be New Japan matchup. And Robbie says, you have seen America Says.
Probably. I don't remember any of it.
Did we see it, though? Come on.
Look who's talking.
Go. Thank you.
You don't want none. They don't want none. Because he's one of them Georgia boys. All right, they're locking up. Finn Balor, the side headlock into some leg scissors. Hopefully we don't get too much indie wrestling in this. Got him in an armbar here. AJ rolls through, falls back down on his back. Finn's controlling the speed of the match. He may be the greatest Mysterio of all time when it's all said and done. Dominik. Hee-haw, hee-haw. He's the Italian Christmas donkey. Oh! It's like watching Daniel Bryan wrestle himself. Whoa, over the top, underneath. Missile drop kick. Knocked Finn clean out of the ring. Carlito's got his nice purple pants on. His fancy britches. Fancy pants. Lots of goats out there. Lots of M&Ms. Anyways, we are not in picture-in-picture. We have ads, and it actually says they're going to be on for 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Hooah! So, anywho, Bianca trying to sell some lemonade here. I guess it's better than winning championships. She got leaves over her boobies. Really can't go wrong with leaves over your boobies if you're a woman, I think. All right, we're down to 1 minute and 37 seconds. Huh, is that a new movie? Throng Grits? Interesting. Fix it and forget it. I love Morgan & Morgan is sponsoring wrestling. It's a giant law firm. They want you to sue everybody. Oh, Morgan & Morgan. All right, we're back. We got Finn Balor in there with AJ Styles. A for Apple, J for Jalopy. He's doing the dirty work for Dirty Dom. Have we heard anything about Liv Morgan's new movie? How big of a blockbuster it's going to be when she's main eventing Hollywood as a harlot. One of the biggest harlots in Hollywood. Hollywood if she could. We got Cardi B coming up in just a few weeks. She's going to be sponsoring, or not sponsoring, but she's going to be hosting the SummerSlam pay-per-view in August. Should be a good one. Maybe get her in a bikini out there wrestling.
Who is it?
Cardi B.
She's got a big badonkadonk.
Yeah, you got food on your shirt.
Oh. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I just saw it.
I mean, I've been looking at my boobs the whole time.
That's not your boobs.
It's a lot of greasy food, too.
I don't know what it is.
Butter. Probably corn butter.
You have to put whatever it's called all over it. Anti-greaser.
Anti-soap grease. Soap grease! Alright. And nap time.
Nice. Wake me up in 25 minutes.
Anyways, Cody says the way they could do the Finn and Dom story is what if Finn wins Money in the Bank, he cashes it on Dom, thus breaking up.
Yeah, I don't like the mid-card title cash-ins, but...
Yeah. Chris says, do you think anyone else from AEW will show up to WWE by the end of the year, or just Mariah May?
I think we could get a few. I don't know exactly contract situations or anything, so I can't, say for sure, but I think we're going to get a few. We haven't seen Wardlow for a while. Unless he's injured, maybe he could show up.
Chris says, speaking of May, there's a new one in TNA called Mila Grace. She's a blonde girl. She's like a Mariah May type of character. You should look her up, Travis. She's hot.
What's her name? Mila?
Yeah.
Nobody
MYLA. And Robbie message retracted, but then he said, will we see more from Ivy Nile? probably. I'm sure she'll probably go after some mid-card title at some point. Maybe go after Zelina or somebody. I don't know. Although she's on a completely different show now, so I don't know what'll happen there.
Yeah, she's like a little Barbie doll type.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
I have
Life in plastic. It's fantastic.
She was in NXT. She's a UK girl.
Robbie's like, we need more Orange Cassidy.
Not in a WWE ring. I haven't seen him for a minute.
Robbie's like, she's stacked with them shoulders. Ivy? Yeah. Brandon Stevens in the chat. Hey, Brandon says, hey, Wrestling Gab. Hey, Brandon. How's it going, bud? How was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Did you hit on any girls? Make him your wife?
He knocked up.
As a twat. Chris says, yep, she's an English chav. Chav? Chav? Shav? Shav? Oh, I was like, you with that sweet, like, honey voice. Yeah, I bet. I didn't even try. I'm sure it was grating on everybody's eardrums.
Stand and deliver.
Stand and fight, bitch. It's a hair. Sorry. What is that? What are we laughing about?
Oh, just my phone.
Oh, is
I
it
had
doing
my-
silly things?
Well, I had my VPN on.
Oh, yeah, that
And
thing.
now it won't let me leave.
It's like, are you sure? Yeah, I want to. No, you can't leave your R's forever. Chris says, speaking of, maybe Saraya aka Paige will return, but I don't know. As Alberto Del Rio will return.
That's alright. She's had familiar relations with quite a few men in WWE. I'm sure it's okay.
She's probably been friends with a lot of them. Of course.
Back seat, windows up. That's the way you like to.
Bobby says, D with the serenading. It's Travis. He likes to serenade you more than I do. Oh, yeah, they took like 10 minutes to get that one off. And then they're like, this is terrible. Our old bodies can't handle this crap. I know, right? My old body. Not my old body. I
don't know what to do.
Oh, man.
This is completely awesome.
I was like, wowzer, that suplex off the top buckle. Not the turnbuckles. He's trying to rip his pants off for a second there. What the fuck, man? ripping people's pants off. It's just weird.
Can he get there, though? He got there. He forced a break. Into the calf crusher.
Robbie's like, Finn Balor knows a few submission moves.
2 or 3.
Chris says I could see the Switchblade coming over to WWE since he's reduced to nothing in AEW.
Isn't that weird, too? Like, every time he wrestles, he wins. But they just don't use him very often. But he's just another one of these two. Mid-card. But, I mean, I guess if you put them all together, you could make it a little fun little trio or something. Because I feel like he's right in there with them. With these two.
Yeah.
Size. Style. Technique. One's an American. One's an Irishman. One's an Englishman. Why would he go for the coup de grace when no one was there?
I think the other guy was supposed to be there, but he left somehow.
Oh, another calf crusher. His calf's going to be crushed bad. So crushed.
Chris says, I wonder if we will ever get Sammy Guevara to WWE, as I wouldn't mind seeing him versus Dom in a match. Team Dirty Dom, baby.
Yeah, I don't know about him either.
Yeah, he's been kind of nothing since that quitter bitch got there.
Maybe he hasn't been around.
People says, isn't Switchblade an Aussie?
Whatever. He could be.
He's not from the continent of the Americas, so...
He speaks British. He speaks a form of English. Oh god, grabbed his hair.
Oh no! Oh man!
He could break his hand hitting that giant of a head.
You better be careful.
Here he goes. He's gonna trip and fall. Nope. He's too distracted. See? Too much distraction. You're not gonna beat him with that.
I don't even know what that was.
Just like a inverted neck breaker, DDT, sidewalk slam.
There's
Oh, why is Penta there? Why is Penta there? Confused.
Maybe because of what happened with Dom and his match with him.
Oh, Canadian Destroyer. Right there on the concrete. Alright, here it comes. Phenomenal forearm. If he hits it, it's over. It's over.
Why did you just stand there and take
1,
it?
2, 3. That's what men do. You don't try to move. You just stand there and take it.
Chris says we also haven't seen Sammy's wife, Tainara Taimelo, in a while. She did a New Japan match a couple months back.
Really? Even after having babies, huh? He totally knocked her out. That means they had sex at least once.
At least.
Well, I guess they could have done it in a cup. AJ wins, as he should have, because he's the better wrestler.
Bobby says, what did the hurricane say to the coconut tree?
I'm going to blow your nuts off.
Close. Hold on to your nuts. This isn't an ordinary blowjob.
Fucking Becky. Keeps losing to these jobbers. There, that's it. Girl's trying to hold her nose together.
No way it's broken.
It might have just been dislocated.
Well, it would have been bleeding a lot, but it wasn't bleeding at all, so.
Very interesting going on in the back. Looked like the New Day was talking to somebody.
Cross. Chris
Yeah.
said it was cross.
That's what it looked like, too. Uh-oh. Bad thoughts. Close monster. Got it.
Pickle's like, imagine 2045. Beck's baby versus Ty's baby in WrestleMania.
Right?
Chris says Piccola or one of our babies from one of them. Oh, jeez. Robbie's like, so is Penta high paid or just an average money?
I'm pretty sure he gets good money, better than he did in AEW. But I don't know if it would be big money. He's not getting paid Roman Reigns money.
Mm-mm.
But he's probably getting $1 million a year.
Pickle's like, I won't be alive to see it. Maybe I just have adult diapers and slapping nurses' butts at a rest home if I'm lucky. 2045?
It's only 20 years
It's only
away.
20 years away, too. Like, what the fuck?
You have dementia, early onset dementia.
Are you getting the early onset dementia or something? Dude, you're like right around our age. It's not like you're that much older than us.
Although being in a nursing home slapping nurses' butts is a great plan for that time of life.
And then pretend you have no idea what's happening.
Like that show I watched the other day, or you were watching it. I mean, we were watching it. He just like reaches out and grabs her boob.
Yeah, that show was weird as fuck, dude.
And she's like, why'd you do that? I don't know.
Your Kelly Preston thing.
Uh-huh. And the Weekend at Bernie's girl.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I had seen her in something. And she looked the same. And I'm like, so it couldn't be anything modern because she would have had to age.
Mm-hmm.
It was Bernie's Weekend.
Robbie's like, oh, do you speak for yourself? Speak for myself for what? What are you talking about, Robbie?
Oh, Thursday, Argus has to pee in a cup. Do we have a cup for him to pee in?
Yeah.
Any cup will would work. All you'd have to do is put like a Ziploc bag around, like in it, and around, like a garbage can.
Right. Chris says Becky finally going to cut a promo saying she got Cora fired, or how she constantly politics her way backstage. Jeez, Chris, you really hate her, don't you? I'm just kidding. Chris says Becky basked in limited Keith Lee's glory. Wouldn't surprise me. Watch out, Michin.
What'd the other one do?
What is she even talking about?
After the match.
When did she ever do that?
I don't know.
Is it because she made fun of her accent?
She has the same accent.
Is that why? Is it because she made fun of it?
Maybe.
You just sound crazy.
She's
Nobody
crazy.
knows what you're even talking about at this point. You weirdos.
Manipulation, Holmes. Why is she so manipulative?
I don't know.
Why does she have the back of her pants down and the front of her pants up?
I don't know. Because she was sitting on the thing and maybe they went down. She didn't pull them back up when she got off the ring post over there. She was sitting on it leaning forward, so. Would be my guess why they look like that. She just didn't fix them. Chris's nice AI promo going on right now. Robbie says, what password does Forrest Gump use?
Mama always say it. Mama. Running. Life is like a box of chocolates.
One, Forrest, one. Robbie says, I'm talking about you adding years to Cola's life. Come on, dude. Let's just put it this way. 20 years is...
Even if he was 50, he would only be 70.
Yeah. Like, that's just an odd thing. An odd thing to just say.
Even if he was 70, he would only be 90, and he might still not be in a home.
Piccolo says so. You'd have 5 male wrestlers from AEW and 5 WWE male wrestlers to start a brand new company. What's your picks, Trav?
I would go with, and we're talking dudes, right? That's what they
Yes,
say.
5 guys from AEW and 5 guys from WWE.
I would go with Roman, Seth, Cody. Oof. Trying to think who else I would put in there. Gunther. Drew McIntyre would be my 5 from WWE. My 5 from AEW would be Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, MJF. I mean, obviously, I'd probably take Bobby Lashley, and then John Moxley. And then you could do full Shield storylines. That'd be my 5. If I had to start, and then obviously others would follow.
5 from AEW, and so you'd have 10, 5 from each company.
Isn't that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
10 total. Chris says, yes, I am Sam. I am green eggs and ham. What the fuck, Becky?
I don't want to do any of this. I just want to go home and be rich.
Rusev?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Each night your choice is to hurt or be hurt.
Oh, God. No. Oh, God.
Oh. It's so weird that he would have ran from him anyway.
Huh. Chris is like Natty and Maxine boob squad. What? Not the boob squad.
Maxine don't have boobs. Yes, I mean, if they want to make them a tag team, that's a fantastic tag team. TNA.
Mm-hmm.
We got that in AEW now. I still haven't went back and watched last week's episode.
Pickle says, okay, interesting. Why is Natalia there with him? Why does she look like she just came from a tennis match? What the fuck is happening?
She's going to Wimbledon.
She's like, I'm just hanging out on the thing at the whatchamacallit. At the club.
Look at this fucking Irish lass.
What the?
Lad.
What? Poor Tozawa.
Okay. That's a weird one.
Well, he was supposed to face him the last time, but instead he put Austin.
You had Austin do it for him.
Waller tricked Austin into taking the match because he didn't want to go against him. So yeah,
Rainbow, South Carolina.
not South Carolina.
It's good stuff. Next week. Lots of banging going on next week, guys. That's what they just said. Banging.
Banging. Pickle's like, who's your top champion? And would it be a heel or a baby face?
Okay. I understand what you're doing. So I get it. It would obviously be one of them. It could literally be any one of the names that I named. There's going to be other wrestlers. Like, you can't just have 10 wrestlers on your card. So, but it would definitely be one of them. I don't know if I'd go with Roman. And if I did, if it would be a heel or a babyface.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting mask. Look at that mask. I don't even know how it's a mask. That's still pretty cool. She's from Tokyo, huh? Julia Gulia. Yeah, she definitely got a pretty face. Ew. Is she young? Julia Gulia?
You know, I don't know how old she is. I never looked her up. Never cared to. Ravi says, knock knock.
Who's there?
Ice cream.
What are you screaming for?
No, ice cream.
Ice cream who?
Ice cream all night if you're lucky.
I
know. Ravi says, you gotta go with Roman. Sophie says, so they are saving the Gunther versus Jay rematch for the Raw after Money in the Bank. Not on it. That is kind of a surprise. Well, they don't care about that belt, so it doesn't matter, Sophie. That belt's just garbage.
That looks like a really good show. There's a few on here that I've been seeing, and I'm like, I'd watch that. Those Netflix originals.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would probably go with somebody like Ospreay and do him as a heel at first. And then maybe have him feud with Bobby for a minute. Or I could be like WWE and just have like 6 world championships. And then everybody gets a belt. And you just change it every 3 days.
Right. Oh, shit. Pickle says, yeah, I'd like to see how you'd book it. Like, what if face MJF was chasing a heel Cody as champ?
Yeah, it would be interesting because MJF really, I don't know if he can play a babyface. We've seen it. We've seen him try, and I don't think it works.
Robbie says, yeah, they are all young muff. Sophie says The Miz is hosting the reboot of American Gladiators for Amazon Prime.
They're doing that again. They just did it like 2 years ago.
Right. Piccolo says, to me, Gulia must be at least 28. Sophie says, Becky said on Twitter that she would beat MJF in a promo battle. Piccolo's like, no, don't you dare.
It's fine. She may. She got The Miz on her side, she could. Because The Miz would eat MJF. On his worst day, honestly. He could wake up like 5 minutes before the match and they'd be like, dude, you need to get out there right now. He'd be like, what? He'd still beat MJF.
Right. True.
Especially if they, like, say, look, Miz, I don't even want you to rehearse. And I want you to be truthful, and I want you to be mean, and I want you to be ruthless.
Oh my God.
Now go.
They would cry.
And just let.
He would make them cry.
And say the same thing to MJF.
We've seen it happen.
Like, MJF, the only thing is we'd like you to not swear, but if you have to say the F word or something, just throw it in there. We're on Netflix. It's fine. Hit him. Best shot. Give him all you got. Because he's not going to be holding back. So.
Miz would still win.
Oh, absolutely.
I've seen him tear somebody up one side and down the other, and they cried about it. They probably still cry about it in their sleep.
They're not employed anymore. Because it's the truth. Nobody likes you in the back. Period. Like, let that sink in.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. They didn't even bring her out during the show.
That's one thing is you do not ever insult Miz, to make it real, because he will literally eat you up and spit you back out.
And he's so hard to go after because when he first got here, he got kicked out of the locker room and had to get dressed in the hallways and in closets.
Yeah.
He
lived through that shit.
Started at the bottom, and
yeah.
he was bullied, and he didn't quit, complain, give up, you know?
Yeah.
It made him stronger. And now he's just like, okay, let's play. You bring your best and I'll bring mine. And that's why John Cena loves him. Like, John Cena loves working with him, loves promo battles with him, everything. Because he's the hardest worker in the building. John Cena used to say he's the second hardest worker in the building behind me.
Right. Exactly.
Which means that he's the hardest worker. Io Sky is kind of cute. She got that big round face.
Mm-hmm.
She's not there, but like when she's staring at her belt, she's just like, I love it.
Yes.
And then here she comes. The Phenom. Mrs. Ripley. Anyways, that's the name of that one. That's coming. That look pretty good.
There's a couple other ones.
Look how small her panties are.
Travis said panties, everybody. Oh my god, Travis said panties!
That's what they are.
We're desensitizing him to the word.
Nah,
It's
it
happening!
still gave me creepies. But look how small her outfit is. Holy shit. She can do it. She can pull it off because her body is almost flawless.
She wanted to be naked. It's fine.
And that's fine.
It's fine.
She's like, if you got it, you might as well flaunt it. Roxanne and Julia.
I was like, why couldn't the lizard get a girlfriend?
Lizard. Bearded dragon. I'm trying to think of another name for a lizard.
What class of in the animal kingdom are they?
Reptile.
Okay. Now think of something. Why he couldn't get a girlfriend?
Because he's slithery, like a reptile. Because he's reptilian. I don't know. Scaly.
He had a reptile dysfunction.
Oh, fuck. I would have never got that.
Piccolo says Miz is a winner in my book. Coming home to Maurice.
Yeah, no.
And then he made babies with her.
Yeah, he actually got to have sex with her more than once.
Unfortunately, he didn't get a boy out of it, and she's got all kinds of problems. It probably has no lady parts inside anymore now, but
It's the curse of being a wrestler.
Chris says, no clothes, baby. Ravi's like, no matter which store I go to, the cashier is always checking me out. Piccolo says, it blacked out. You said Osprey, Lashley, Mox, MJF, and...
Where are we at? Which one?
AEW, guys. Osprey, Lashley, Mox, MJF, and who else did you pick? Because I wasn't listening.
Omega.
So. Omega. Ravi says, Io Sky, she's made a couple improvements better at selling, I guess. Piccolo says, no Fletcher. Thought that was your boy.
Well, it is, and he's a future guy. But that's the problem, is we're not doing the future. We're doing it if I was starting it today. Fletcher doesn't have it today. They keep having him lose. It's irritating. But no, I mean, absolutely. But who do you take out of that group I just named? Moxley? Omega, I mean, I guess you could take him out.
What about taking one of those guys like Takeshita or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, there's some great ones too. Because Takeshita's fantastic.
I just feel like Lashley and Mox are kind of up there in the age-wise, and so is Omega. They're like old. Mm-hmm. They're like in the old men category for
right,
it.
But think about when AEW started. Who was their first champion?
Well, no, I understand where you're coming from. I get it.
You've got to have that.
I mean, it's just, I know you have to have the, whatever you want to call them.
The old workhorse.
Yeah, but it's just kind of funny.
Although Bobby can't cut a promo. So I guess you could get rid of Bobby, even though I don't like that. Right. It's not like you couldn't bring MJF with him. He's not a wrestler. I would put him with, what's his name? Anne Hathaway's dad or grandpa or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Old Hathaway. Oh, God. Old Stoke.
Old Stoke.
Stoke Hathaway.
Not the Stokey Hathy.
She looks so good with her raven hair. Rhea out straight and smooth, silky smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Oh, fuck. Io just went head first through that. That was awesome. That was the first time I've seen her do a move where I said, that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, she went head first through the ropes.
Nice. Then broke her jaw.
Well, that was later.
Oh.
That's the jaw break right there. It's from Gulia.
Oh.
Ooh. It's when she flipped through the ropes. I thought they'd show it.
Chris says Fletcher is winner too with Sky Blue. Chris says, and now in NXT they have Miles Bourne. What?
I was just asking if this would be something you'd be interested in.
That Love, Death, and Robots. I've seen some of those. Ayla turned me on to watching some of them. Anyways, Chris says, and now in NXT they have Miles Bourne, aka Randy Orton cosplay, but the crowd was loud when he won the Battle Royal for NXT title #1 contender. People says, let me think. Corny gives Mox a funny ass nickname. Not funny ass.
I just figured if I put Moxley in there, we could do something with the Shield. That was my only reason.
Was that?
With Seth and Roman and him.
Yeah.
So even if you're not pushing them to the top, you can always do a reunion. With long storytelling.
Oh, God. They're twins.
It's just a bowl of ketchup. It's just a tray of ketchup.
It's just a bowl of ketchup. Whatever. Fuck off, bitch. Potato chips and ketchup are a good combination. Mm-hmm. Especially if you're eating a hamburger and you're eating just plain Ruffles potato chips or crinkly chips with them. Or even like Lay's.
Into the bun.
Yeah, or like you've got like so much sauce on your burgers just dripping off and you're like, let me put my chip in that. But I don't think I could eat ketchup flavored chips. I could dip my chips in ketchup. But I don't think I could eat. Excuse me.
Oh, what's this one?
That Final Destination Bloodlines.
That one looks like it'd be pretty good, but I think I might have to watch some to watch it, unless I don't. Because I've watched part 1 and 2.
Chris says, bring in Wardlow. There's just so many. So this is my problem with those kind of franchises. They get dumb. Like, the first few are okay, but then they just get so fucking stupid that you can't watch them.
I know, but then lately they've been redoing stuff and making them good again.
Not really. I mean, that one,
Scream?
It was like, it was okay, right, but it wasn't like, ooh, wow, they really tried hard with this. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, meh. It was like, meh. It wasn't bad for, like, bringing it back, but at the same time, you're like, Chris says, bring in Wardlow to Seth Group with Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman. Robbie says, what does every woman have that starts with a V and that she can use to get what she wants? It's not dirty.
Well, I know.
I use mine all the time.
Voice?
Yes. Chris says, does it make sense Rhea and Rox look like a tag team, yet they are facing each other? Pickles says number 3 is May favorite. I don't know why. Is your favorite. Robbie's like, ketchup flavor crisp are okay. A little, like, a light prawn cocktail flavor. That's what I mean. I don't think I could handle them being flavored that way. But taking regular chips or crisp or whatever the fuck you want to call them and dipping them in ketchup is a whole different game. Like, that's okay. We used to do that all the time. My one cousin that stayed with us while she was going to college, that was one of her snacks that she would have. And so my brother and I started eating them that way too.
Was she older?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was way older than us. Yeah, we were just kids.
Oh, okay.
Young kids.
What is this?
When she stayed with us.
This doesn't look easy or good or... Oh, she did the Frankensteiner off the top. I'm gonna have to slow that down so it'll jiggle a little bit longer.
What's jiggling? What's it?
Her butt.
Whose?
Maria's.
Oh.
The only one out there with a butt.
Yeah. Well, that you can see. I don't know if that Gulia has a butt because she
covers it. I would say no.
She has fur all over it. And the other one doesn't really have an ass. She just has wide hips. Mm-hmm. I don't really consider that an ass. Like, if it's not bubbling out, it's not a butt. She just has wide ass hips. And
we've seen that.
It's alright, but whatever.
Got her up. Pulled her hair. That was brutal, ref. Jessica. Do your job. European uppercut. Oh, picked her up. Dropped her right on her face. Good thing her face is flat. That could have ended bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sami Zayn, CM Punk. Should be a good Saturday night main event. Crowd does not care about these women. I will tell you that.
Yeah.
Look at them. She's trying to get them all stoked up. The kids are cheering, but let's see.
Yeah.
The crowd's just not into it.
Oh.
She's even trying. That's kind of sad. Not for her, but just on their part.
This crowd can't even be excited about anything.
Just play along.
Right?
If a wrestler's doing this.
Like, I mean, if you're there to be entertained by wrestling and you paid money and a ticket, and the wrestler's doing that, you should be fucking being all up in it. Whether you hate them or not, it doesn't matter. Chris says, "No, I'm a show. Need." Right?
Like, if you go to a play and the actors want you to participate, you participate. You don't be an asshole.
No. Chris says, "Now I'm gonna need one of them to hit the Steiner recliner."
Oh, right.
Robbie's like, "Dip it in English, mustard, trust me." Yeah, great poupon. Travis does that all the time. He dips his chips in poupon all the time.
Good shit.
Chris says, "LOL, EO taunt is kind of annoying but funny as well." Robbie says, "I get longer when pulled and snuggle, but between breasts and work best when jerked. Who am I?"
Oh, fuck. Sorry. No idea. I wasn't listening.
I get longer when pulled and snuggle between breasts and work best when jerked. Who am I? Sometimes it saves lives.
Pillow? Fuck, I have no idea.
Seatbelt. Chris says, "Julia gives me Sonya Deville preference type of vibes, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. Like, I don't think she's into dudes."
Which one?
Julia. Gulia.
Uh-oh.
Robbie's message retracted. Chris says, like, the way she carries herself is like a dude. Like, she acts feminine, but her moves are just straight up dude. But maybe she was trained by a guy. I don't know. Rhea, totally gives off that vibe. She walks like a dude. She has shoulders like a dude.
Mm-hmm. But
she's just not shaped like a dude, but she married a dude. Yeah. So I think she likes dudes.
Disguised
but she does
dude.
act like a guy. She's probably just a tomboy. There's nothing wrong with that. Robbie says Io Sky is showing why she's improved as champ, laughing his face off. Yeah, that's it.
No. Julia got her right there. It's over. She's going to pin her. No, Rhea saved her. It was over. Julia had her. Julia had her. Oh, fuck. Hello. I'd like to introduce you to my right foot.
And a knee.
Okay, now we're back. Sonya's married to a girl that's prettier than she is.
What's that?
Sonya Deville.
Oh.
That's not her real name, but they were on X.
Oh, uh-huh.
And they were cuddling, like, holding it, whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yeah, it's her and her wife. I'm like, what the fuck? She's pretty.
Sonya's wife?
Uh-huh. And it's like, wait a second. That's like the dream lesbian couple that you want to live next door to. Mm. Not the one that anyone ever gets. I didn't even know those really existed.
Yeah.
We had lesbians that lived next to us when I was growing up, and we used to spy on them through the fence in our hot tub.
Right.
They're going to pin both of them. Oh, she's upside down. Well, Julia just got pinned by Rhea. I wouldn't have went that route. I would have rather had her pin the bigger girl.
I was like, D, is Rhea a tomboy? D, you can't knock someone with a title. They must be doing something right. No. Nope. Nope. That's not how it works in this era, Ravi. Triple H just gives those titles to anybody. He is a very big participation trophy kind of guy. He is bad about that. So, yeah, no. Chris says, hello, Travis. Yes. Well, you know.
Then they just had the Eradicator dispose of as sexy as she can. She's like, let me rub my vagina on your leg. That's fine. Rhea's like, I'm 8 feet taller than everybody else in this ring.
8 feet taller.
Oh, she's not letting
go. She's
like,
I gotta look at this.
Look, she was helping her hold the belt, like, because they won. Now she won't let it go.
Of course she wants it back. Who wouldn't?
She's like, oh, shit.
Chris says, what the fuck, Rhea just slapped Io's ass. Io playing it off like she'd like, what the fuck is going on here?
It's all right. She said props. That's what dudes do. It's fine.
Hello. Tom plays. All right, everybody. That was the end of
wrestling.
Those have to be plugged in.
Wrestling.
Yeah. Raw tonight for whatever. We'll be back again on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. Please join us then, and we'll be here.
Because that's what you're doing, is joining us.
Yeah.
So we're going to be here for the joining of the wrestling show.
Yay.
We appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.